Half of everything is luck, and the other half, fate. Well, I checked out those 007 Legends prototypes the other day. That was a lot of fun. Really had a good time with it. And then, the following day, a prototype for GoldenEye 007 Reloaded gets uploaded to the Internet Archive by an account that has uploaded only one thing. That prototype. The very next day after my live stream. Half of everything is luck. And the other half, fate. Let's check out this amazing GoldenEye 007 Reloaded prototype. Oh, it's amazing. By my working out, 7 months out from release. This prototype is from April of 2011, and the game released in November? And this prototype is fucking nuts. It really is. Like, it's something else entirely. Hey, how's it going? So, I ask you, was the upload of this prototype luck, or was it fate? I mean, this is a question I feel we need to suss out. I mean, I want to show you something really fun. The icon for this game, it's not capturing properly, hold on. The icon for this game is a smiley face, right? The icon is a smiley face, and the name of the game internally is Brazil. So all you people saying, come to Brazil. No one's saying come to Brazil. Okay, so you boot this prototype up. Oh, nice one. Good. So you boot this prototype up. Single player maps. Maps with no triggers. Multiplayer maps, split screen and online versions. Spec Ops. Objects, multiplayer, split screen and single player can be booted into from here. And a legacy front end. Legacy as in the Nintendo Wii version front end. This prototype is nuts. Watch. Hold on, I didn't realize this menu scrolled. Watcher. Doesn't do anything. Oh, I was so excited then. Right, so we might as well jump straight in. So if we go tutorial. I forgot this game even had a tutorial. Or it doesn't have a tutorial. Or it does? Yeah, I vaguely recall the tutorial for this game. For England escape route? No. For me. I remember this training room, actually. This tutorial. Oh yes, good old ultra laggy sound effects in this emulator. Gotta love it. So, a few things. As far as I'm aware, I can't access a menu to give myself, like, infinite health, all weapons, or whatever while playing. But what I can do is activate a debug camera, and then... Whoops. No collision out there. No collision up there, whoops. I can access a debug camera, which I can use to teleport. Now, the debug camera in the 007 Legends prototype didn't let you teleport. And I remember saying something along the lines of, fuck, I wish I could teleport with this thing. There's collision here. I was like, God, I wish I could teleport with this camera. And then, sure enough, the one in this, the earlier game, lets you teleport with the camera. So we can take the camera anywhere we want and try to find secrets and new discoveries in some of our favorite games. But really, though, this camera alone is tons of fun. Just being able to teleport into weird spots is freaking cool. So that lift door doesn't even have any collision. That's wonderful. Does this door have any collision? No. We've got an interact. A to open. Hey, so that does work. Ah, now I know how to vault. Yeah, so I do vaguely recall this this tutorial, but I don't remember a great deal of it. I mean, having a tutorial made sense in the Wii version, because the whole point was that you were playing it with a Wii remote and nunchucks, so there was naturally going to be some weirdness to it. I just passed through that. That's neat. Right, so this put me in that room I was in earlier. Oh yeah, there's like a security camera. Yeah. You have to go past the security camera. Oh, that weird glitch where lights are fucking up? That's an emulator thing. That's known with this game, if memory serves. Right, if you ever wondered what was in a room... Wow! Ooh, ooh. Going out of bounds sometimes in games, like, gives me the heebie-jeebies. So this is where the tutorial will have ended. Now, in this build, start and select instantly. Drops you back into the list, which is really handy. So yeah, now I know that it scrolls. That makes a lot more sense. So we pick a level. Same thing happens as before with the previous prototype for... Oh, I can't control anything. Is it playing like a tutorial? A cutscene? Fucking hell. The volume is nuts. Let me see if I can do something about that. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck right now. That's fun. But I'm flashing like I'm outside in the cutscene at the start of this stage. Single player maps, no triggers. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this is what I remember messing with. So again, this is like the free cam from before in the beta we played of 007 Legends. I can't keep saying before because in reality, what we played before was the prototype of a later game. GoldenEye 007 Reloaded came earlier. Yeah, I remember this. I remember having to go down under here. This version of the game is still so good. It gets so much shit for being not the same as the N64 version, but what were you expecting? Were you expecting a completely different studio to make a faithful remake of a game that they didn't make? That's never gonna happen. Okay, except for, like, Insane Trilogy and Reignited. Okay, that's a little bit of a different situation. Hey, Draven! This prototype is off-the-wall wacko. So, let's boot into a single player. Maybe this time we'll have control in the first room. Nope. Once again, I have zero control. The first time I booted this up, this worked. Okay. Single player maps. There's got to be one that it will let me boot into. Without, like, getting me stuck in a cutscene. It's weird, because I'm in this right now, but I have no control. And that's wild to me. Because I should. I mean, I can boot into the tutorial just fine. No, my control's gone now. Okay. So, it looks like I need to force a reset every time I want to try a new map. Which is weird. But at least now I know. So now if I boot into Damn, it should work. Yeah, okay, I've got control now. So that's weird. Every single time I'm going to have to close the game and reopen it. Good to know. So, like with all the others, it starts with a section where we can jump in where we like. Intro, cutscenes on and off. Each room relating to a part from the mission. CS probably means cutscene. I think these keep track of the collectibles in the mission. So let's jump in at one of these cutscenes. So CS13C and see what happens. Apparently nothing. Okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, so it's not quite cutscene then. It's dropped me in some gameplay. So yeah, with this version, the debug free cam actually works as a teleport. Which is what I was kind of hoping would happen in 007 Legends, but that wasn't the case. Whoa! The collision in here is... Help. Where's the collision all fucky? The collision on that tower's all weird. But I'm kind of weirded out by the fact there aren't any enemies here. Like, I'm loading back into the stage, like, earlier into the stage. And I'm not seeing any enemies to kill. Objects. Weather effects. This is where the level begins. And... Ah! Red lights. And circles.
See if you can find any extra firepower in there.
It just teleported me back here. Do you think that happened because I tried to, like, drop myself somewhere where I have no collision? Can I teleport myself that far back, or will the game just go, no? Yeah, the game just goes, no. It's like, you can't teleport that far back. There's big chunks of scenery missing. This is kind of interesting. So what if I try and teleport ahead in the level? Yeah. Brings me back. That's interesting. Looks really nice, though, for the most part. Bit of a weird slidiness going on. That might be my controller, to be fair. I forgot how good this game looked. Holes in the tarmac and the rain. Ah! This game is so pretty. And now I've got no control, so yeah, boot into one map once, close the emulator, reopen the emulator, redrag the XEX back on it. I wonder if this would happen on hardware. I wonder if I'd even be able to boot it on hardware. So, anybody who's played this game, any secrets you want me to try and, like, uncover? Is there a level where you're like, God, I wish I could see behind that door? If you've got any ideas. Fucking hell. You just spawn out of bounds on this one. It didn't even bother with a test room. Is there no collision in this map yet? Oh, good, there is some. I thought this game was more or less complete on the Wii, right? They probably imported the collision data over. It'd be weird if you couldn't control it. If you couldn't play on the map. Even if they scaled everything up, they could probably scale the old collision data up. I mean, it's not like they were working with an unfinished game. They were working with a game that was already finished. I mean, in theory, unless there's something about this game's... I can't go through there. Unless there was something about this game's development that I'm not aware of.
I need new shoes. These boots are killing my feet. 12 hours sentry duty is too long.
I've actually managed to find an enemy. Wonder how they feel about a teleporting spy. The dude's on top of a computer! All the shading on the character models is fucked up. Now that could be an emulator bug, but everything looked okay in the training mission. For some reason, the lighting is now fucked. Not on the environments look fine, but Bond and enemies? Completely pure darkness. That's so wild. Oh, I remember this fucking area. I remember having to go up on the roof. This really was a good game. It's a shame that this game existing killed Bloodstone. It's like you're the Shadow, but with high-powered weapons. Oh, only 3 weapons. When fucking around in 007 Legends, you get every single weapon in your inventory. This game used a 3 weapon system. I think most Bond games by Eurocom did. Let's check out some of the things that aren't levels. So, single player maps with no triggers. That's the thing where you can fly around. Maps, split screen, maps online. Can I walk around these? I just spawn into blankness. Let's see if after restarting I can enter the debug cam and maybe... Nope. Multiplayer map split screen? Am I just trying to load into a map that's unfinished? Yes, that would appear to be the case. So, ooh. I went a little bit too far. This is a bit creepy. So did they add multiplayer maps to this version? I guess they did. I wonder why they need all this background geometry. Is there like one window you can see out of somewhere? Oh yeah, I suppose we could like maybe see out of those windows. But only from below. You wouldn't see a great deal. Oh yeah, maybe in this room. But still. Ah, if you were in this room and you look that way, you'd see. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But I don't think you can come out here. It might just be remnants of where this was a single-player map before. 2 days until 2023. Yes, apparently. So I tried to boot Character Viewer and the emulator crashed before. Yeah, no control whatsoever. But I haven't tried to boot it as the first thing upon boot. Yeah, no, doesn't like that. Oh! Max anim data's used. 0 bytes. Well, how do I... Pressing things on the D-pad. Left stick, right stick, different directions. YX, BA. Even the button combination that takes me back to the debug menu, the main menu, has stopped working. So the animation viewer crashes the beta. We've got other things under objects. Airfield props. Because if this is anything like that Spider-Man beta, also Eurocom, yes! We get to walk around a display of props. Without collision. I mean, is there nothing more James Bondy than walking around a room full of props? Don't answer that. Filing cabinets. Well, these things look like they did on the Wii. Cold drinks. Yeah, no collision on any of this. Like in the main game, bullets would bounce off stuff like this, but I guess here in this map, they've spawned every object with no collision. I do wonder what a feature like that object viewer is worth, you know? Like, what does this actually do apart from just, like, give a sense of scale, I guess? I suppose that's one thing testing these might do. But if you remember, we had these in the Spider-Man prototype, which I guess, like all Eurocom games, was developed with sort of like the same sort of debug menu style in mind. It just makes me want to check out the debug menus for more Eurocom games, because that Spider-Man 4 beta was fascinating. The 007 Legends beta was fascinating. And I mean, to me, this is fascinating. Like seeing all the little padlocks. All these props that you would never take the time to look at otherwise. It would just sort of exist within the game. And you run past them, because you're in the middle of some amazing firefight. You wouldn't even stop to pay attention to them. But there's some nice detail on these. Fine dining. Naoki. Fine dining. Anarchy. There's numbers here. If anybody's feeling brave, you can ring those numbers and say, we found your telephone number in the GoldenEye game on PS3 and Xbox 360. That's crazy. Why would a Birmingham-based food place be listed in, Oh, here we go. Thorn Industries. BK$BD / It's all gibberish. I was hoping to find some, like, super deep secret to life in the universe or something. Was that damn props? Facility props! Let's see if we can find that picture of the child that I shot. Was that GoldenEye or was that... or was that Quantum of Solace? Some of these objects are not modelled on the other side. I mean, why would they be? That would use up unnecessary resources. It's still kind of fun to see an object from behind and see only the normals that you were meant to see. I remember that in the Spider-Man beta that we played, that there was a fence that was invisible from one side. And on that side it didn't have any collision, but on the side it was visible it did. VCE, Vitamin C Energy, may contain nuts, cyanide, mercury, and asbestos. Dude, where can I get me a can? This sounds like fun! Where can I get me a can of asbestos energy drink? Jungle props. Not to scale, obviously. So what are you hoping for in 2023? A lottery win. Let's be realistic. Oh, in a game way, some solid news on DokeV. I think that's the main one. I would like to see a new Goemon game, a new Snowboard Kids game. I mean, it's not too much to ask on either, right? Surely. It's not unrealistic once. Nice. What do we got here? I think they're meant to be CDs, but I can't make anything out. Muffiu. That is a weird way of saying my name. I suppose you could call me Muffiu if you liked. There's bags of flour. Omnicoblin. Yo, check it out. It's Trevelyan art. What's that Oromov? I lose track because this game fucked with everybody's design. Gotta save. Some of these spawning texture and details that are not very Wii-like, and others very much, definitely their Wii textures. I was kind of hoping I'd find a box that said the orange. I'd definitely hide a box that says the orange in every game I would make. Just as a nod to Metal Gear. Yo, what do we got on tap? A lot of Russian stuff. Unsurprising, really. Decks, which are just textures on flat surfaces. That's very Wii-like. I mean, that tower texture is a little bit higher than you might find in a Wii game. But it's still not a great texture. I mean, you can tell what it's meant to be. I'm not seeing any bump mapping on it, but then again, that could be down to the emulator. I wouldn't want to make a claim either way on anything that could be an emulation issue. Got all these beers and wines and shakers. Oh. Oh, I'm in heaven. And if you need a wet floor sign for your video game, just rip the one from GoldenEye. This is an Xbox 360 build of a game that was previously on the Wii. So as such, some of the assets are still very much Wii assets, because that's where this game originally lived before it made its way to Xbox 360 and PS3. BlazBlue. That'd be nice. It's pronounced BlazBlue. I don't care. It's written BlazBlue. BlazBlue to release on Xbox for the first time. Not even remotely true. I have like BlazBlue Continuum Shift or something. That was on Xbox 360. Ooh. Ammo Drone. Yeah. It's like Continuum Shift or something. I picked it up secondhand a while ago. A bit of flickering visuals there. Again, it's not, it's not fair for me to say, oh, that looks bad, if it could be an emulation issue. And of course, having these props out is a great opportunity to take a look at them and go, it looked alright in our 3D modeling software, but it looks a little bit off in the engine. And, being able to go back and take a look at what you've got. Solar Park props. Solar Park. Oh, this is modelled on all four sides on the inside. Apparently, on the outside on one side? I'm pulling a blank about the later game stuff. This might have been after you drive the tank. Oh, if we've got weird prototype gameplay test stuff for the tank. Oh. Tank! Speak of the devil. Oh, so these are all the assets for when you're riding around in the tank, like the buildings and stuff. So they probably wouldn't even bother putting collision on any of this stuff. Not like standard gameplay collision. Because the tank, I would imagine, is its own different beast. Some of this is, like, really basically done. But, I mean, it doesn't have to be done beautifully. Especially if you're driving a tank around. You're not really going to have much time to observe the background when you're having to deal with all the enemies. I remember that tank section being particularly bullshit. So, I wouldn't be surprised if some, if some shortcuts were utilized in making the assets for this. VCE, oh, here's that asbestos energy drink again. Let's take a look. Yeah, sure enough, it's blurry on this texture, but it still says asbestos. 10:09 AM, 48 degrees. Share. Share what? Share an ice-cold can of VCE. May contain asbestos. So split screen. Oh. Can I, like, boot into a game? When I'm crouched, I'm all like octopus and shit. I love it. Oh, they're all Craigs. They're all no texture on the eyes, Craigs. Da-da, 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 da-da. Isn't this map from, like, Quantum of Solace, though? It's cool that I can boot straight into a 4-player deathmatch like this. Host LAN game, join LAN game. Host online game, join online game, find online game. So they were testing this functionality out from within the test menu. Anybody want to see the front end from the Wii version? See, it says GoldenEye 007, not Reloaded. But a lot of the functionality should still work. Oh, yes, but it boots you into the version where you can't do anything. So I was like, how do I bring up a test menu? But what I managed to find was how to adjust the in-game contrast. Very slowly. And then there was a button that reset it. I can't remember what it was. This is all the things the devs tried to put into the game. This is a game in development that eventually released. And most of what you're seeing made it into the final game, and some of what you're seeing did not. Now this is a more modern menu, but it still doesn't say Reloaded on it. If I go to select new game from here, what happens? I go back into this map. So I think there we go. Start button brings me back to the... Wild. So is this new front end... Yeah, it's new front end work in progress. So at this point, it still doesn't say... Oh yeah, this is something that's weird. So in Xbox 360 games, typically A is accept and B is cancel. Here, the Y button is cancel. So this interface is assuming that you're playing with a PlayStation controller. Because on PlayStation, Y would triangle would typically be the cancel button. It's very weird. No icons for any of these missions. Let's boot into Cradle and see what happens. It boots us in with no control. I think we're out of bounds again. Can you see if your stream did reset because your stream bugged again? I haven't dropped any frames. We did have an error like that during the 007 Legends prototype stream, but that was an actual mess up. The chat hasn't disconnected, and I haven't dropped any frames. So under single player... test single player docs. So this is going to be the map. Maybe this isn't from Quantum of Solace, because there's... It kind of reminds me of an area from Quantum, though. And I don't remember there being docks, specifically in GoldenEye. Is this actually a remnant from... There's no way this was built off Quantum of Solace, right? Lovely default water shader. Day of the Head Snatcher. Yo, Vlad, check it out. This is the 007 Reloaded GoldenEye. And I swear this area reminds me of something out of Quantum of Solace. Do you remember an area like this in GoldenEye Reloaded? Because I'm pulling a blank. So like a dock area with a fancy room with Casabonda. Oh my god, Casablanca, but Casabonda. There's Jaws there. Day of the Head Snatcher. Does this area ring a bell at all? I can't vault through there, but with the power of our debug camera, we can drop out here. So there's collision on this part. Yeah, because I can walk through here. Do you ever play the multiplayer in this game? Was this a multiplayer map and I just, like, never played it? I would have loved this as a multiplayer map. I get such a Quantum of Solace feeling from this. Oh, no collision on these objects. There I am trying to avoid all the boxes and junk. There's no collision on them. Yeah, there's collision on this stuff. But I don't think there's actually collision on it. I think they put invisible bounding boxes around it. This area fascinates me, because it looks so unlike anything else in this game in particular. It's got such a different vibe. Does the ladder function? No. So it might have been before ladders were implemented? I take it no collision on this. Nope. Drop right through. Anything even beyond this gate? No. Love the water shader on this. Like, it's so default. And no boat underneath. That's a real reflection. That's kind of impressive. I do like the way this water shader looks here, but I especially like the way it looks from up here. That's actually really pleasant visually. Well, that invisible wall extends all the way up. Yeah, no effect for shooting bullets into the water. I mean, yeah, the bullet hole effects are on the invisible bounding box around the objects, not on the objects themselves. Yeah, this is such a weird map. So, I extend this to you, Vlad. Is there any level or mission from the GoldenEye Reloaded game that you thought, I really want to know what's behind that door, or I want to see out that window but I can't? Was there like any moments like that? Because while we've got access to a free cam, we can basically go anywhere within the game that we like, even out into the skybox. Ooh. So okay, we've already found something interesting. So in the nightclub, part of the interior is over here. But what interior is this? Now, I remember so little of the nightclub, because this was when the game started... breaking free from the N64 game's, like, structure, and the original film structure. Like, there was no nightclub like this in the original GoldenEye. This was when they started making shit up. Oh, look at all this low detail stuff in the background. All these cute little buildings. I love it. I was kind of hoping we'd see something weird and creepy out of bounds, like some secret a developer left in. Like an admission to, like, burying their wife in the garden or something. Oh, Nintendo forced them to divert. I got the feeling that they were like, oh no, this is our game. We want to make what we want to make. But now thinking about it, Nintendo have been very shitty about GoldenEye. And I'm sure that any holdups on that 360 GoldenEye that's now like Xbox Series GoldenEye is Nintendo's fault. 100%. I'd stake my claim on it. Because that sounds like a Nintendo thing to do. What I also find fascinating is, like, the area in that room at the back, for example. It's clear now because we haven't been there. As we get closer, it pops in. Of course, that would have been behind a door, so the player wouldn't have seen that the area is loading in, that the area pops in. Because it would be behind a door that you would have to interact with. When we're in this mode, we can see exactly when things get cold and loaded in. This sort of thing is fascinating to me. I can fly around an in-progress game map all day. Now I'm getting bored of this one. Yeah, sneaky streaming of assets. I'm curious about exploring the tank level, actually, thinking about it. But, this looks so very incomplete. Like, I'm not seeing the skybox at all. I don't remember this level being so short, either. Ah, here we go. Yeah, no, it's starting to bring back memories. Admittedly, the lack of skybox is freaking me out. Yeah, you're right! Like, it's plain lighting. Not even any baked-in shadows on textures. Like, nothing. That's a good point. I think that's what's making this so uneasy to look at. I wonder if the tank level is in the same state. The tank level has crashed the emulator. I am curious if that will happen if we load into it as a playable stage. Because this is fascinating. Single player maps. Let's jump into Tank Chase and see what happens. See if that crashes the emulator. Nope, sure. Oh, I love it. Alright, that worked. But I just pop in. And the camera's fucked. The camera is fucked at this stage. But the lighting works on this map. I'm curious. I'm going to reboot the emulator because loading a single-player map basically means I can't load any more single-player maps. I'm going to reboot the emulator and load up Memorial in gameplay and see what happens. Because if the skybox isn't finished, maybe a lot of stuff isn't finished. I mean, the skybox is missing. And the lighting is fucked because James Bond is a silhouette again. We've had this in a couple of stages. Yeah, this looks so just... This is so uncomfortable to look at. As is. Yeah. One random enemy just standing around. Doing nothing. Ah, here we go.
Did you hear about Anatol? Oh, no. What did that jack do now, huh? If he screws up the
The lighting on the thermal scope is right. Whatever shader they're using for the scope is correct. This map is actually really uncomfortable to walk around with it in this state. Night vision just turns everything green. The rain sound effects makes me think that they're gonna... Like, I could barely remember this level from playing the HD version, because I was just... At this point, I was like, what are you gonna change now? We're in the Memorial Park now, but what are you gonna change now, huh? Can't keep any... You know, nothing sacred. Now knowing that the devs were forced to make changes by Nintendo, I feel a lot less, like, peeved about all the changes. This is just, like, completely solid. The water down here isn't animating. Yeah, it's creepypasta material. It's like, and then the Alec Trevelyan apparition appeared. Your copy of... Oh, I teleported. Your copy of GoldenEye is... personalized. Oh shit. Collision's fucked in here. Drone gun. Oh hey. A gun I can't pick up. Teleporting really adds to the creepy factor. It does. That looks alright down there. Because it's a skybox effect. It doesn't really exist. Ah! That's like a portal that's rendering somewhere else in the level. That's why that looks alright. Maybe I should record gameplay of this. Find a way to turn the HUD off and be like, my version of GoldenEye is haunted. And write a creepypasta. I passed through the gate. And that's when I saw... Oh my god, guys! Hyper-realistic blood! Hyper-realistic blood!
I just heard that the last shipments are ready to go. We fall back to the bunker in 5.
Good. I'll be glad to get in the air, away from this place.
Have you seen the new sentry guns in action?
Playing through like a
I would
completely
hate to be
empty,
downrange of one when they're active.
purely lit level. Fall down slope cutscene. The guest has now crashed. Well, most of the dialogue will be from the Wii version, presumably, because of course this was built off the Wii version. So they probably loaded the, like, ported the map in, and then worked on making everything, like, HDified afterwards. I'm curious about, which was the level in the snow? Is it Outpost? Like a level where you land in the fucking snow. Carry it? No? Have I spawned out in the fucking skybox? Oh yeah, carrier. Like, should I be in a plane right now? Yeah. Or a boat? Oh, is this the frigate? Wow. This is fucking hideous. Bond must dash through the ship's corridors as they explode around him in hellfire. Oh, this was the end of the mission. This is the corridor from the end of the mission. It's like bang, 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 bang. Red marks around the side of the screen. I remember dying a few times on this one. Vault! There's a vault moment! Even though there's no collision on anything. Yeah, I vaguely remember this bit of the mission. It just teleported me back out here. That's brilliant. So if this is the whole mission, then, like, the showroom's got to exist past here? Yeah, yeah. Like, the whole terminal, but I can't load into it. It won't let me stand there. Won't let me stand here. I go to teleport and it puts me back out of bounds. Oh man. Some of these levels are really early then. So at what point does it stop being beautiful? Because damn is beautiful. I think Facility, the lighting was fucked up. I think Damn is the only one that's really, like, beautiful. Because Damn, you know, all the lighting effects are on, the rain. This shit's stunning. Like, this is still a really good-looking game. Yeah, that's really fucking gorgeous. Like, certain levels in this prototype look really good, and others look really fucking bad. You got rooms that exist, and they're just rooms of nothing. This is a beautiful level. So much detail. What about the island? Guys, the island at the back of the dam. Does it exist? With the tower. Gaming Mysteries. Welcome to Gaming Mysteries with me, your host. Fucking idiot. No. There's no island at the back of the dam. Not this time! So facility seemed kind of yeah, quite a lot of the detail in. Lovely water shader with reflections because that sign isn't really under there. Beautiful. This level relatively done. I think the lighting on some objects like Bond himself is wrong. But yeah, the state of this one's really nice. If the shadows look a bit blocky in places, that could be an emulation issue. Yeah, like, what's stuff like this about? It's like a little tunnel you can't get in. This looks rather complete. Were they going through level by level? And like, no, because they definitely weren't doing them in order, because Frigat is still fucking awful. Yeah, I mean, this one looks alright, the smoke and the effects. Really is a pretty game. Yeah, 7 months out is a long time in game dev. Airfield has crashed the game. So Airfield definitely not in a good state yet. Nightclub, we've looked around. The lighting is not quite there yet. Carrier, we've looked at. Outpost. Ah, this is the snow one. Yeah, okay. So yeah, not looking too bad. Like God rays and like snow particles. This looks about how I remember it playing on the 360 a while back. So I mean 7 months out, but then again, like I said, they were... Ooh. That's a bit funky, isn't it? Bright pink rock. There might be a reason for that. That might be that they went through and flagged like a bunch of textures that needed replacing and made them bright pink. So when you're playing the prototype and you see the bright pink thing, you're like, oh yeah, shit, we need to change that. Because I remember an anecdotal story about a sign in one of the Cruisin' games that, like, talks about a creature that takes children away and eats them. That was left in as a placeholder because the devs would be like, we'll notice this and we'll remove it before release. This needs changing. And then people forgot to remove it. And thus, like, in the final release of the game, there's, like, this really just uncouth sign. It's like, maybe we should have removed that. I'm curious about how much of this actually exists. Like, that satellite in the background. Look 2D! Oh, we're in the skybox now. Don't panic. Don't panic. Follow the VFX. This is the plane wreckage. I vaguely remember the shootout here. I vaguely remember this. Really quite pretty at this point in development. Yes! That's the sign. Sometimes God takes mummies and puppies away, and sometimes, just sometimes, I do. Yes! Was it from a Cruisin' game? I think it was from a Cruisin' game, I think. Bunker? Whoa! Okay, seizure warning. Going ahead and giving a seizure warning. Okay. Seizure warning given. Anything that happens now is beyond my control. So it looks like a visual effect in this area is fucked. Like, you got these 2D planes or whatever that they're putting these effects on. And they're just rendering solid. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, there's the temptation to play single player on this map and see if it crashes. Let's do it. Bunker, wasn't it? I want to see it. I want to play this in single player and see if the fucked up graphics are happening. Ah, California Speed. You can see why I thought Cruising. It's like that kind of arcadey driving game, and it's on N64. So Cruising seemed like a good guess. Intro camera pan. Bond overlooks the area from a balcony. It's actually working fine in gameplay.
No survivors. No, please. Check they're dead.
Check they're dead. Yeah, weird. So whatever graphical... It's the alarm lights. Yeah, could be. For some reason, viewing it in the map viewer causes it to glitch out. What if I'm in debug cam? Yeah. Maybe it's something to do with the debug cam. Or it could have just been my position in the level. Yeah, position in the level seems more accurate. So, yeah. Oh boy. What an effect. But, you know, 7 months out from release. Understandable. But still kind of fucky. I like it. Just playing something like this activates like a fight or flight response in my stomach. I start to feel really sick when I see like incomplete game environments and I just drop through stuff. What's that I'm looking at? It's just a bit of geometry. No collision on that! Oh my god. Yeah, I'm fascinated by stuff like this. I really am. This tickles my pickle, as they say. So where are those enemies that are coming up on my radar? Ah, here they are. There's a gun lining up against that, but I can't take it. Yo, what if these shadowy figures are other people playing this beta right now? That'd be fun. That'd be a fun story, wouldn't it? That'd be a fun horror story. So good old archives. Crashes. It's a shame. I liked archives in GoldenEye Reloaded. They're the testers who died to the flashing lights. Oh my god. Brave Soldier Polygon all over again. Right. Tank chase. We viewed station. we view station? No, we haven't viewed station. Yeah, okay, station seems rather complete. Skybox is in. And there might have been a bit more post-processing on station. But it looks about right. It looks about right from what I remember. There was a lot of good shootouts here. Yeah, I remember this bit. You come down here. Then there's a guy up there with a rocket launcher. I think because I died like 30 times on this part. There was a guy up there with a rocket launcher as well. Yeah. About on par. I mean, 7 months out, a lot of these maps are more or less complete. I guess it would have been just tweaking and making sure everything works okay. And like I said, they had a Wii game pre-existing to build everything off of. It's not like they were starting with a clean slate. Found a vending machine earlier with an energy drink that claimed to have asbestos in it. So there are some cool little secrets here and there. But I don't know if that vending machine actually made it into the full game or not. Or if it was just a random prop. Because it was part of a prop map. So there's a few, like, layering issues with the effect, but that could easily be the emulator. Like, I wouldn't want to say with any certainty. Gaps in the scenery. Just imagine you go in your everyday life and then you see a gap in the scenery of life. I think that's what makes them so uncomfortable for me. So, station's rather finished. Memorial has no sky. Jungle. Okay, Jungle seems pretty good already, I can tell. A lot of the detail is here for Jungle. Yeah, Jungle looks good. To be fair, it's hard to fuck up a jungle. Nice skybox, too. That might be the Wii skybox. I'm not sure. They might have updated the texture on that before release. To be fair, I didn't find myself staring at the skybox much when I was playing this, because I was getting shot at the whole fucking time. I recall some of this stage. There's a lot of sections where if you fuck up the stealth, you get shot full of fucking holes. But I'm curious about the bit at the end of the stage where you attach Xenia's foot to a fucking helicopter and she goes sliding off the fucking edge of the platform. Yeah, I remember this area. I remember this fucking area very clearly. The boss fight in this level is, like, one of the best bits of this game, hands down. Okay, I think this is the bit from Skirmish. Yeah, this is the bit from the Skirmish mode. So there's a challenge map based here. Because I distinctly remember this area very clearly from Challenges mode. Yeah, most of the stage appears to be here and intact. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is the bridge. This is a cool bridge where you fucking attach Xenia to the fucking helicopter here and she goes careening right off the fucking cliff. It's beautiful. It's so good. Jungle environments are actually hard to pull off. Yes. Crisis was, I remember, a very big deal. Crisis, when it had a really nice looking jungle, and it had buildings with interiors that were seamless, blew my mind back when that game came out. Just how beautiful it looked for being able to do all of that. Solar. Oh yeah, that's right, this fucking level. I spent forever on this level. It was awful. It goes on for so long. It's like nothing says GoldenEye quite like the same fucking corridors over and over and over again. And then this bit where you're out here and you're doing the shootout down here. Okay, I will admit it was a very cool set piece, but fuck this area so much. Hated it. But yeah, the map itself seems, you know, mostly complete. So the maps themselves were fairly far along, by the looks of things. Last map would be Cradle. Crashes. I wonder if the end of Cradle crashes as well. So it's a separate map where you start out in the control room and then you have to stop Alec Trevelyan stealing the money from the banks. What the fuck even was this game? Oh yeah, so this room loads in just fine. This gunfight where it's like, protect Natalia. Got that nuclear lens flare again. This bit where you were chasing wasn't too bad. I just, again, remember dying a lot on it. I think this mission got so bullshit, I went back and restarted it on casual, and then breezed through it, because I was fucking done with the game at this point. Yeah, mostly complete, mostly complete. I need to remember where this asbestos energy drink vending machine was. Facility props? Yeah. VCE. Warning, may contain nuts, cyanide, mercury, and asbestos. Like, bitch, where can I get me some of that? I don't think I ever remember seeing that in the game, though. So the Spec Ops maps are here. Are they complete? Can I boot into them? Yes, but I have no controls, so I will need to reboot the emulator. So this will be the area I just showed you in the jungle. Eliminate the enemy. Yeah, I remember this fucking mission. Hey! Hey, look at this! This has got to be the Wii! This has got to be a Wii map, right? Look at it! Hey, stop floating, mate. This has got to be a Wii map. Look at it, the blocky textures, the basic geometry. Yeah, this is a Wii map. Which, I mean, is cool and all. I get the feeling, then, that getting the Spec Ops missions finished was rather late. In the grand scheme of things. Because, I mean, they'd already recreated this area. Because we saw the high-def version when we were in the jungle. So, collision's not fixed there yet. Oh, fuck. Oh, I don't have, night vision here. I can't turn night vision on. It's sick seeing the Wii geometry, though. And it's definitely being rendered poorly. I'm sure the game didn't look this bad on Wii. It's got weird, like, a mixture of, like, caked-in shadows and just, like, bad lighting shadows. Gimme. Surprised that works. But I can't pick up any of the... Can't pick up any of those RCP-90s. Fucking for real? They spawn them in, but you can't pick them up? They got as far as getting the supply drops in, but you can't use them. That's cool. I like where they are with this. The AI seems kind of dumb here. This makes a difference to the AI in the 007 Legends prototype that fucking destroyed me. Yeah, another crate, and I can't take a different weapon. We'll see if the timer works. We'll see if it kicks me out when the time ends. Right, running forwards is holding... This is throwing me off. Hold right trigger while moving forwards. Instead of shooting. That's so bizarre. Maybe that's a leftover from, like... either the PS3 Move controls or the original Wii controls. Like, holding shoot and running, moving forwards, makes you run. That's so bizarre, and it doesn't work every time. No maidens? I feel like Bond gets a lot of maidens. Not Craig Bond. Oh, is it his face? Poor Craigie. Again, weapons I can't pick up. I mean, this mode was complete on the Wii. So I do wonder if the game will kick me out when the timer ends, or if it will keep going. Because I'm not going to reach 41 kills in the time limit. Or I might. I'm more curious if the game will kick me out and declare me winner if I get 41. Than I am if the game will carry on playing if I run out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and get 41. It teleported me back to the start. And now I'm stuck in limbo. Haha! Love it. Basically, they had to do what they needed to demasculinate Bond. Oh god, I had a fucking customer like that today. It was like, state of the country this, price of stuff that. I'm like, yeah, you know, I agree. Then he's like, and you know, we're a nation of white men, proud white men, and we've got an Indian we got an Indian Prime Minister. I'm like, oh my god, oh no. Like, must have been like the daughter or granddaughter of this, like, fucking 70-year-old man comes along. I think it was the daughter, and it's like, but it isn't like that anymore, Dad. The world's changed, and you need to get with the times. He's like, no, I don't. This clerk here agrees with me. This man here agrees with me. And then as he's looking away, and the woman looks at me, I'm like, oh, that was a fucking weird situation to come back to. That was crazy. It's like I haven't been away. MP Maps Online, so were these finished? Or were these still using the Wii geometry? Yeah, still using the Wii geometry and the Wii textures. Maybe not all of them, but certainly Jungle. That's so fascinating. Well, I guess the priority with these things would be single player first, because you just take chunks from the single player environments, pop them into multiplayer. Wonder if there's anything else of real interest here. I don't know how to bring up an in-game debug menu. To, like, fuck with shit. The only level to have a working, like, debug interior is the dam. Every other level doesn't even have one yet. So they weren't even far enough in development to be loading parts of levels up at, like, certain checkpoints. This fascinates me. This fascinates me no end. This proto. This is the only level to have, like, squares that I can walk into that trigger things. That classic sweep.
Welcome to Russia. MI6 has given us the go-ahead on the mission. Let's wait until the last truck passes. I'll take the guard on the left. You take the one on the right. Now, let's go.
No, I mean action.
Sean Bean. It's not Sean Bean.
We crave action.
It's,
Live for action.
insert actor
Without a
here.
man of action, there is no action here.
Nice work, James. Just like old times. You
I'm
take the
going
tower.
to be a
Watch
traitor
out for that
later.
sniper. I'll get the
Okay,
truck.
James? Fuck's sake, James, what did I say? You're fucking terrible, James. I'm gonna betray you later. I mean, this seems mostly, like, in a decent state. Hey! That could easily, apart from being, like, my hilarious fucking timing, that could also be an emulator glitch, to be fair. I was going to say, I think we've exhausted this beta for everything it has to show us. But I don't want to stop it there. I had a little something, I think. Archive dive. Yes. I have something I want to show you. One extra beta. Because there isn't really anything else to, let's not have these things set at stupid. This is a prototype of Street Fighter 4. And there's something interesting about this. So I'm going through the settings and there's like unlock characters, right? And then there's here Sakura underwear, spelt W-A-R-E, not W-E-A-R, and you have the choice between Bloomer and Spat. I was hoping there would be off. You got character lock and unlocks here. System settings, language, key settings. Now you don't want to press start on this prototype because it's reading this as every single controller. But this prototype just comes up and calls itself Street Fighter 4 The Trial. And it goes straight to a character select screen. There also doesn't appear to be any sound, but that could be an emulation fault. The 4 locked characters are up here at the top. But I guess what I wanted to say is, like, I find it fucking weird that there's a choice of Sakura underwear style in the debug menu. Like, was this game censored for different regions, or... Fucking. I'm curious, like, Was there a bit of, like, weird, like, region censorship going on? That, like, instead of bloomers, it had to be spats somewhere? Who dropped Polnareff on the head? Well, he was based on Polnareff, wasn't he? But yeah, there is something weird going on with his hair here. I swear it was a little bit taller. But I mean, that could be just Mandela effect. How do I do super special again? Did I hold? Can't remember how I do the super specials. So Guileless Bond. No, I just... Because this prototype... There's no way this prototype would make for an hour and a half of content. Really. So I figured I'd fire it up. Just to show off the weirdness of there being an underwear option. That's so fucking bizarre! That humored me when I saw it. I'm like, what? Which button was the super attack again? So we saw her with bloomers here. Let's see her with spats. Yeah, there definitely wasn't really anything for Capcom to work on here. I mean, the arcade game was already pretty much complete. I'm only interested in Capcom prototypes if they have, like, a debug menu that they either boot into, or a menu that you can access during gameplay. Guile again. Looks like the roster, depending on who you pick, is the same. Oh yeah, I can see the difference with the spats. They go further down the legs. Yeah, I can see the difference even from here. They go all the way down the legs. Yeah. So, this could only have been like a form of censorship, right? Were Capcom that concerned in, like, 2007? About how much skin Sakura was showing? I'd love to pick the brains of somebody on the dev team and just, like, find out. What is that Sakura underwear setting about? Was it... Did someone on the development team feel, like, uncouth and uncomfortable? For, like, having this... Oh, there we go. Having this 16-year-old in, like, fucking bloomers, swinging her legs around. I do wonder what the reason for it was. But yeah, like, all the characters that are on this character select screen are playable. And I'm sure that if we ran this on hardware, we would have sound. It's not all Asian temple, is it? Because Blanca's map is supposed to be a fucking swamp. His AI is fucking ridiculous, though. Fucking hell. Haven't even landed a hit on him yet. Fucking hell. Oh, shit. That's... He was doing animations, but, like, his body had stopped moving, but his face continued to move. So maybe there's a couple of things here that aren't quite finished yet. I mean, the game has, like, a hit stop thing built in. I love that hit stop is becoming an official term now after Sakurai revealed it in one of his first videos. That, like, to the world now, it's called hit stop. Even though it's been in tons of games before Sakurai did it. Fucking hell. I do wonder. But yeah, Spats versus Bloomers. I really do wonder what the situation is with that. Why that's even an option. I'm curious. Anyway, thank you very much for joining this stream. I'm actually incredibly exhausted now, and I think I'm going to go to bed. But, is it luck or is it fate? I cover a 007 Legends prototype, 2 of them, and I say in that stream, God, I wish we could get our hands on a prototype of GoldenEye Reloaded. And then the very next day, an account on Internet Archive uploads a prototype of GoldenEye Reloaded. That's the only thing they've uploaded. The very next day, half of everything is luck, and the other half, fate. Thank you very much for stopping by. Until next time, if we live that long, take care. Bye-bye.